Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out The Expendables. Now, I don't know if I'm going to watch the entire franchise. I do kind of want to, but I don't know how good these movies are. But I am really excited for the first one. It's been a long time since I've seen Sylvester Stallone on the big screen, or I guess my little monitor screen today. And I have to say, I love Sylvester Stallone. I have a whole playlist for him on my channel if you ever want to check it out. I've seen a bunch of his movies, and I'm pretty sure he directs this one as well, which is very, very exciting. I also know that this movie has an incredible cast of those action hero stars, you know, those testosterone manly men. I'm very excited to see who exactly is in this movie because I don't know who. I just know that there's a huge group of characters and a huge group of actors who are in this movie. Besides that, I'm just hoping for a really good time, and I'm hoping that Sylvester Stallone is awesome, and that is all that I want. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So let me turn on the light. We said what color it should be. Boop. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I'm gonna be going red today, like a reddy orange, because I'm expecting a lot of blood in this movie and I'm expecting a lot of explosions in this movie. So I think the lighting, if I am right, is going to do a good job in portraying the tone of this film. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon for uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. Thank you so much if you check it out. Let's get back to the video. Okay, I don't really know plot-wise what to expect. I just want a fun time with explosions, with cool Sylvester Stallone, with cool backup characters, backup actors, and stuff like that. Anyways, I hope you enjoy my reaction to The Expendables. Lionsgate. Look at that biker gang. I hope one of them is Sylvester Stallone. Or maybe I hope they get beat up by Sylvester Stallone. One or the other. Sylvester Stallone! Jason Statham. What did I say? Jason Statham is in literally everything as generic action man. Ah, Jet Li. That's pretty cool. The Expendables. I am pretty excited for this, actually. Dolph Lundgren. See what I'm saying? All these old action stars. Sylvester Stallone really said, we're gonna make this movie pitch black.
Don't want him. We do not care!
Oh no, someone's about to die. Yeah, he's like, I gotta save myself. Look at all those lasers on him.
Who is that?
There's your money. Release the hostage.
It's Rocky?
One in shot! No!
Oh my god. Oh my god. His body split in two. Oh my god. You're just exploding people, dude. Kind of cool to see all of these action stars together.
I'll take the 4 on the left.
Why don't you take the 2 on the right and leave the rest alone? Being faster is light.
We'll see.
This guy is sick.
Excuse me?
My guy Jason Statham was throwing knives.
Gunner! What are you doing? Hanging a pirate!
Yeah, this guy is weird.
On your own.
Appreciate it. It's good to have friends.
Rocky, you better box him again.
Go.
It's good to hang pirates.
Oh. Oh my god. This was a mistake, buddy. You tried to fight the most evil person in their crew. Jeez. That guy could turn out to be the villain of this movie in the end.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't trust him.
You appreciate a good blade.
That is a nice blade. That's the thing. That is a sexy blade.
Someday you'll find a man who'll be happy just to watch you sleep.
There is no way they come home to people. That is hilarious. I don't know why this is so funny to me.
Well, you look great.
I wish you would have called.
I got my boyfriend over right now.
And I picked up from Burma, Sir Ruby.
That is a sick ring.
Just kind of looks a little shinier when I bought it in the shop, you know?
Lace. Everything all
What did I say? There's a boyfriend around.
Yeah?
Who's he?
He's the guy who's about to throw you through a wall.
You take care.
Lee.
Lee is about to leave. I'm pretty funny. I think it's so funny that they all have motorcycles.
Hey, brother, don't you ever sleep?
I know this guy.
Yeah, well, okay, my friend. Let's finish this bird up.
Well, let's do it, bro. It's taking you.
He is still buff.
Well, who cares about me, you know? I don't want to die for a woman. I want to die laying next to a woman. That's what I want.
You think he'll die laying next to a woman in this movie?
Why don't you let me doodle like a, I don't know, a Charlotte's Web on your head?
I was just about to say tattoo his head.
Sexy, right?
Very sexy.
Give you a little mystery, a little more character, and very sexy.
Yeah, Charlotte's Web on your head. That is sex appeal for sure.
No disgrace in losing.
You missed. Yeah, he's way better than you. It's because he has other things on his mind, you know. He has that other guy on his mind. He wants to beat him up. We're gonna see another hostage rescue. I wonder if the Expendables are employed by the government or if they're just their own task force.
Entiendo, pero no puedo ver adentro de tu cuerpo. No sé si ta visión.
Oh, goodbye. Who are you?
Now we can see inside of him.
I was going to make that joke.
Need to know if the job's real and the money's real.
But since we're in this nice place,
Oh my god, it's Bruce flippin' Willis.
In a minute. I'm still waiting for one more guy.
We have everyone but Arnold now. We just need Arnold to show up and this movie is legendary. Oh my god! I summoned him. I summoned Arnold. Oh, he's not even in the credits. I didn't even know.
Yeah, should have shot him when I had a chance.
Big Bonnie Ross.
Oh. I can't. The timing of that was incredible.
You guys aren't gonna start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
They might. They just nodded. They just went, we might.
My people are having a problem with this fanatic Garza.
So you want Garza
I
gone?
want him dead.
What it takes is it'll
He wants him dead.
to do this job.
How much?
No, like I said.
I love the banter. Has so much historical meaning to it too between these two superstars.
It's his fucking problem.
He wants to be president.
He is running for governor.
Good riddance.
Do we see him again?
Fucking dog treats.
Oh my days.
You got a problem with that?
No, I like dog treats.
Let's talk.
Dude, I can't believe we just had a scene with Bruce Willis, Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold freaking Schwarzenegger. Oh my god, that is incredible. And the timing, I can't believe I summoned him into the movie. I hope he comes back. I honestly hope he comes back. That brought me so much joy.
You know you should be here, Connor. Don't replace me. I'm good. I'm still good.
I don't know, you're a little bit of a...
Trust you anymore, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of a freelance in a way.
Be careful. You threatening me, Gunner?
Yeah, he is. Dude, is he gonna be on the villain side again? Are we gonna see him in a fight against our Expendables?
Avoidant personality disorder.
You think too much.
Unusual? You're talking about my ear.
Oh, come on, don't start.
I didn't even notice his ear until he pointed it out.
We all know I wrestled in college.
Right.
Common injury associated with that sport.
Cauliflower ear?
And that girl wasn't your type. Her loss, right?
I should have bought that bastard's jaw.
Oh, you still might. Wow, they are flying very, very low. Oh, it's a seaplane though. That makes a lot of sense. He's got a camera like he's dressed like a tourist. That is amazing. Global wildlife. The photographers. The guy's like, why are you a photographer and why are you so buff?
Window closed.
It's the altitude.
It is the altitude. It'll get to you.
Dude, the music is making this scene so tense. Interesting. Everyone's going to hide.
You rolling?
Ah, cool spy camera. It's like buff James Bond movie. Buff man James Bond. Like I just picked up an apple to smell it.
Why don't you truly do not?
Aren't you the guy who said the man who best gets along with women is the man who can...
Is he still on this topic?
You're really pushing the boundaries of our relationship, you know that?
Oh, is she the contact? Why is this a slow-mo walk? Is Sylvester Stallone falling in love?
Budapest. Nice.
Budapest. Literally the lamest names you could come up with.
And people who fight back are killed.
You said they came with money. Who's they?
Yeah, who's they?
Some Americans. That's all I know.
The guy who smelled an apple.
Was later she died, and my father, he's gone too.
Besides the alcohol.
I have a feeling her father is not dead yet. The way she said it, maybe he is dead, maybe I'm reading into it too much, but she was so vague about it, so much more vague than her mother. So maybe he's still alive and is working for this new military government or something.
People to be the real asswipes nature intended them to be.
Oh, glasses off.
Just not worth the money.
Sure they are.
Glasses on.
Well, I suppose you could say I like to look at the world from different views.
Yeah, is he gonna almost like scout it out?
We should get going. He's very emotional.
There is some good banter in this movie. I'm just waiting for some more awesome action to show up.
Sandra, how do I know you're not...
Dude, look at those veins on his biceps. Jesus.
If I were you, I'd leave. Just leave.
I will not leave. This is my home.
You should leave.
Oh, wow. Okay, who are you blokes? Jason Statham's gonna come out here with his knives. Bap, 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 bap.
Things de Vilena.
Tu fuerza divertida se puede tirar. La hija del general.
She is the general's daughter. What did I say? Told you the father was still alive. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I told you the knife would come out. Good shot. Oh, that was so epic.
Get her!
Got it!
Oh my god.
Are you crazy?
Dude, the action in this movie is not bad. It reminds me a lot of Rambo 4 actually, the action. Like very graphic, hard-hitting. These poor people. What am I saying? These poor people, man. Their lives are getting ruined. One car chase at a time.
Get in. Get in!
No, I can't.
Get in.
I belong here.
No, just get in. Doesn't matter. You can come back.
Hey! You look nervous.
Oh my days. Sylvester Stallone really ate up that border security guy. This is kind of cool. Look at him run. He's trying to be Tom Cruise. He's actually hanging onto the side of an airplane. Wow, someone is actually doing that. That's cool. What?
Come back?
Yeah.
Ryan die.
Ryan die. Let's do it.
He's like, okay, I'm in. Sunglasses on, you know he means business. No way, that is actually so cool. Dude, I bet you feel like the coolest person in the world at this moment in time. Absolute demolition.
What are they doing?
What is that? Oh god, that's like gas. Goodbye. Dang it, they escaped. Dude, that is sick. That is a sick explosion. That feels so cool. That whole action sequence was pretty entertaining.
Okay, your familia.
Come around my house during the holidays, pal.
Oh god. I'd hate to be at his house during the holidays. I'd give him a slap probably. He'd probably just keep complaining about everything. One of those people. Oh, what did I say? What did I say?
Guy thinks he's a real badass.
This geezer's a bloody joke.
Oh my god.
You knock back into the 60s, you better keep your gum chewing trap shut and show some respect.
Yeah, show some respect to Dolph.
He used to be with the agency, but got greedy. Went.
Interesting.
That'd be a bad headline, so they hire us to kill him.
Yeah.
And they're back in business.
They find the hitmen.
Sound about right?
It's about right. I agree.
I love the close-ups of their eyes. Sorry, my voice just got weird there. Again, you're going for round 2? Oh, okay. Punch this guy's head into the wall.
Some punk. Don't worry about it.
We got your back.
He comes over.
We get your back. Shut up, you little gremlin, man.
It was.
Keep the bitch, because I'm done with it.
Dude, he deserves this so much. Oh my god, Jason Statham is on another level in this movie. Keep kicking him.
Friend.
Oh my god. He's so scary.
It was worth it.
I love the self-confidence in him though. He's him saying I was worth it.
This is
Why?
how it starts. Let's go. There's nothing.
What?
Oh.
Painters always start revolutions. I hate paintings. Like what? I'm so confused. Who is this guy and what other movies is he in? Because I recognize his face.
You remember that time we was up in Bosnia? We took down them Serb bad boys.
Yeah, I remember that. I had a great time.
I knew what she was gonna do. She looked at me, and I knew she was gonna jump.
Oh, God.
You know what I did, man? I just turned around and I kept walking till I heard that splash.
Really? You didn't even...
After taking all them lives, here was one that...
I could have saved. Jeez, that was actually... That was kind of touching. Oh man, they found her!
Why were the Americans here?
Oh! Jeez. That slap was hard enough to break your face. God, you can see the bruise already on her face. She definitely lost half of her brain with that slap. Guys, you gotta go save her, please. Stop sitting in your car. Go back. Yes, thank you. Thank you, my man.
I said I'm going alone.
I'm going too.
Come on.
I'm going alone too. We're just happening to go in the same plane.
Don't talk to me, cockroach.
It kind of looks it kind of looks like he's taking driving lessons.
So why are you doing this?
Friends die together.
Yeah, friends die together. Tell my friends that.
Trouble. I need to go further.
I know, because you're smaller, right?
Yes.
You know what? His logic makes sense.
For your family, right?
I don't have family.
I know.
Oh god. Luckily you have a bulletproof car. That makes a lot of sense.
Get out there!
Why me?
Because you're smaller!
And he's gotta work harder.
You gotta get, I'll kill you!
But he's the one driving. You can't kill him, then you'll just crash too. Oh, that's cool.
That's good.
I hope this guy doesn't die. I like him. He has a family, you know? That's all we know of him. He's small and has a family.
Dead junkie!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Insect.
You shouldn't have said anything. Woohoo! That is so cool. Dude, that was so cool. We're gonna have a 1v1. Oh, sick. He came in like Tarzan.
What do you wear? Size 3? Bring it, Happy Feet!
Yes, come on. Oh, ow. Come on, Stallone, get up. He keeps hitting his head on the beams. So genius.
My turn!
Oh no.
Got her!
Oh god, don't do it.
Shit!
At least he didn't get impaled on the spike. But Gunner is down.
Shot's a couple inches above your heart.
I'll take that as a yes.
Who sent you? Is the girl still alive?
Come closer.
Oh god, no. Okay, I thought he was gonna like headbutt him or something one last time and try and bite his ear. I don't know.
That's true.
Man, we'll die with you. Just don't ask us to do it twice.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Too late.
He's gonna shave the enemies, give them a free beard trim. Ah, he's the painter too. Making a stand. He's making a stand.
It's 3:36.
Okay, how did they get here? How did they land without anyone seeing them? Huh. This is such a sick layout. Wonder how much time he spent lighting all these candles.
Kill you.
Go get her!
Yeah, there's a little bit of a revolution in the ranks over here. Oh, wow. That was a really good shot. Here he goes. He's about to shave someone. Oh. Why is the music so heroic right now? That is a lot of C4. I really like the music right now. That was a really good shot. Oh god. Oh, why? Why? Yeah, you deserve that. Jesus Christ. Arm off, beheaded. took a plane. Sylvester Stallone runs super funnily. Oh yes, Stallone versus Big Man. Big bald Eggman.
You're a real tough guy. Are you a real tough guy?
No!
How many men you got?
Just your mother!
Of course resorting to your mob jokes.
Who sent you?
Your hairdresser!
Stallone, that was so funny. Oh, oh. Okay, I don't think those bags behind them are C4. I think that's cocaine. Oh, wow. His arm. Oh. Painful, man. Oh, his poor knees. Oh, oh, his leg. Oh my god, his face. He's back. This guy has been stabbed and beat up so many times. How is he still standing? Ooh, the tag team. Oh, he broke his neck with a kick. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. This is not awesome. He did a flying headbutt. He did a flying headbutt. It's the gun. It's the mama. Jeez, the gun sound effects are what a beautiful shot.
I am the leader.
You're a puppet in a hat.
No!
Why not? He's the one torturing you.
Tú eres lo que yo hubiera querido ser.
Dude, you're gonna get shot or stabbed or something by this American.
Get back!
Back away! Back away! Run away! Run away!
I know.
Let's backtrack.
Building's rigged. Only way out.
Use the exploding thing that you have.
We will kill this American disease.
I told you you were gonna get shot by him. Yeah, blow the building, blow the building. Ooh. Holy chicken nuggets. Oh. God, his head just exploded. Sylvester Stallone really likes to explode people. That was epic. God, that's cool.
I'm out!
That gun is OP. That gun is too powerful. That was sick. That reload. Doom, doom. Oh, that's so cool. Get to the chopper. That looks so cool. Oh, nice. Okay, this guy I don't really know, so if he dies, it's okay.
Come on!
Oh, that was sick. Oh wow, now they got some OP guns too. Okay, that was a sick move by Jason. Into the fire. Right into his face. I thought he was gonna die, honestly, fighting Mr. Bald Eggman. The razor! The razor! That was cool. Like a boomerang. That was so epic. What are you gonna do now, American punk face? Never stand in the way of Sylvester Stallone and his mission. That was awesome.
Or I'll put a bullet through her eye.
Aye, aye, Captain.
We're both dead inside. So why the hell did you come after me?
I am not dead inside.
I came for her.
Oh, the knife! The giant knife! Dude, what a way to go. Get shot a million times and then have a giant sword stick through you? Jesus.
You take it.
See you later. See you later.
Truthfully,
Yeah.
I never really thought she was your type.
Oh my god. What the heck is that fist bump? Side fist bump? Only manly men do that. You know what? He saved her life.
Let's see what you got.
Which means that he has a soul still. He did what this guy didn't do.
So you're back from the dead. How you healing?
Good.
Oh, he's alive.
Cool tool? You gotta be a fool.
Please don't ever be a poet. The Expendables. That movie was fun. That movie was fun. And that was my reaction to The Expendables, the 2010 action adventure starring Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Mickey Rourke, Terry Crews, Randy Dwayne Couture, and Steve Austin, as well as a small cameo from Arnold himself. As I was saying, I want Arnold in the movie. He literally got summoned. He came down through the church like an angel. Angelic choir music was playing, even though it wasn't actually playing. It was playing in my head because he's just Arnold. You know what I mean? I can't believe he was in this movie with Bruce Willis and Sylvester Stallone in the same scene. That was incredible. Before we get into this review though, if you did like the video, please remember to subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot and it is free, so hit that big red subscribe button and let's get back to the video. Okay, this movie was really enjoyable. I had a really good time with it. I don't think it's the best movie ever made. I don't think it's the worst ever made. I think it's just a good action movie, and part of me thinks that this movie is a little bit generic. I don't think any of the characters are good by any means. I think they're all very flat, and I think even though they tried to give some substance to one of them, to Jason Statham's character, Lee Christmas, that also fell flat. Nothing came about. If that had been cut from the movie entirely, nothing really would have changed at all. I think some of the visual effects were iffy. I think some of the camera work wasn't very good. Sylvester Stallone unfortunately didn't direct the camera work as well as he has done, as well as I have seen at least in the past from him. And it just felt kind of like this movie was trying to do a lot more than the budget allowed, because I saw at the start of this movie was produced by Lionsgate Studios, and while Lionsgate has made some great movies in the past, John Wick being the most prominent one at the moment, they don't usually finance big budget movies, and you can see that in this movie, that the script was kind of going a little bit too big, maybe a little bit even too graphic than it could have gone and the budget could have gone, because some of the blood stuff, some of the stabbings and everything, it just didn't look very good with the visual effects. However, that being said, the bad camera work aside, the iffy visual effects aside, the lack of characters aside, I still found this movie super enjoyable, and I think that just comes down to the charisma of the cast, and I think this is what sets this movie apart. I was saying this during the credits of my uncut reaction, but if this movie was shot for shot the same, with just different actors playing the same characters, so same characters, same story, same everything, but just different actors, this movie I don't think would be remembered as well as it is now. And I think the reason this movie is remembered and the reason people recommend this movie on YouTube and like this movie is because there are so many famous actors in this movie. You got Sylvester Stallone, you got Jason Statham, you got Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Terry Crews, Bruce Willis, Arnold shows up for a bit. All of these these really famous, a lot of them really older, famous action stars that have never really been in a movie together come and kind of unite into this one movie, hopefully into this one franchise. And I think that is why this movie is remembered, because besides that, I thought a lot of this movie was more generic action movie stuff with a lot of cliche stuff, just testosterone fueled action, which isn't bad. I was expecting that going into this movie, and that is what I got. I was entertained by it. I thought it was done in a very entertaining way. I just think that the cast being as good as it is the main drive into people wanting to watch and people liking this movie. Okay, let's get into the reviews of this movie. Then I'll talk about the score very quickly. It didn't really capture me too much. There was definitely one moment where it did, but besides that, I thought the score was okay. Then I'll get into the things I liked about this movie, followed by some of the things I wish this movie had done a little better. So 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, which is audience score, and 42% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is critic score. So audiences obviously like this movie a little bit more, but critics and audiences both kind of agree that this movie is decent. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad by any means, but it's not amazing. It's not Oscar worthy. This movie was never going to win Oscars. It's just entertaining and fun. And I think that's what the 6.4 represents from the audiences. They just agree that it is a middle of the road action movie with some fun action, some cool actors in it and stuff like that. And I can agree with that sentiment. The music for this movie as well, I thought was okay. I thought the sound design was really good, so I'll get into that after the music, I guess. But I thought the music itself, the score of this movie, was just mid. Like, for a lot of it, it just felt very generic, action-y. Like, there wasn't really any real melody going through anything. Nothing too special. It just felt like every other action movie music, which is just loud and chaotic with big drums or something like that. You know, it just, I don't know, it just didn't really strike me. But then at the end of the movie, when everything is blowing up in that compound and they're all running through the explosions and stuff, there was almost like this choir element brought into it, and it felt a lot more different than the rest of the score. It felt way more dramatic, almost heroic at times when they're running around and putting the bombs everywhere. It felt very heroic to me, and I don't know, something about that score in particular really got me into the mood of the movie. You know, I was like, oh yes, I'm here for this because of this score. And I think that was the one time in this movie that I really appreciated the score. So good job to the composer for making that one track that was very memorable to me. The rest of it, though, was hit or miss. The sound design, though, was a whole different ballpark. The sound design in this movie was fantastic, and while I didn't think that the shots in this movie, the actual action choreography in this movie was very good, I thought it was very choppy and like heavily edited, you know, like super quick cut editing. You can't really discern what's going on a lot of the times, and also it's super dark, but I thought the sound effects was the real thing that kind of kept everything together enough where it was still enjoyable, because the sound effects during the action are so loud and deep, like you can feel them inside your soul. They were shaking my ears every time someone would fire a gun, or every time it hit would land, it would be like boom, like a, instead of like a it was like a boom, like a deep sound effect. It just felt heavy. All of the action felt like there was weight to it, you know. It didn't feel like anyone was just pulling their punches and stuff like that. You had all these super muscular men. The punches have to land or else nothing is going to work in this movie, and they did. When someone would get picked up and slammed into the ground, you would feel the slam. It would feel like an earthquake, magnitude 10 earthquake, just shaking your body and stuff like that. Terry Crews's giant gun, those bullets were loud. Someone even comments on it in the movie, but the audience can feel that before someone comments on it. Again, showing, not telling through the sound how heavy these punches are, how strong these people are, and how good these people are. A lot of it is told through the sound, obviously is also told through the camera work and stuff, but it's kind of hard to tell at times because of how this movie is edited and how it is shot. So the sound and sound design has to do a lot of groundwork and grunt work to really sell these action sequences, and I thought, for me at least, it did. I thought it was fantastic. And again, I thought some of the action sequences in this movie were done really well. The one kind of near the start of the movie where it's Sylvester Stallone and that woman, and they're looking at the compound, and then the soldiers' trucks come out, and then Jason Statham comes out with a knife, boom, out of nowhere, and then they just start fighting. I thought that sequence was done really well. The editing wasn't too choppy. It was definitely a little bit quick cut editing, but it wasn't too choppy. The shot would linger for like 2-3 seconds before cutting, enough time for you to see what was happening. It was in daylight, thank God it was in daylight. This movie was mostly at night, and I gotta say, I love that Sylvester Stallone was going for this very natural lighting where it wasn't like you wouldn't see studio lights lighting everything. It was whatever lighting would be in the scene was the thing lighting the scene, and that is it. And I appreciate that a lot. It was just, this movie was so dark at times, but this fight that I'm talking about now was shot in the day, so you could actually see everything that was happening as well. And so I found that fight super enjoyable. Again, the sound effects landed. I thought a lot of the visual effects in that were pretty good. I thought, again, there were some iffy ones here or there, but they were pretty good overall. And I just thought the choreography of the fight, it just was really cool to watch, because again, you could see everything in that fight. And there were some other action sequences like that. There were moments in other action sequences when people's heads were getting blown off, or at the very start where Dolph Lundgren blasts that guy and he gets like shot in half, and his torso and head just get fly off into the wall and his legs stay put. That was an awesome moment. There's a moment where Jason Statham like grabs a guy's arm and then dodges a bullet while holding the guy's arm, and then shoots the guy behind him and then goes back. Like, that was an epic moment. There were really cool moments. There's a flying headbutt from the big egg looking man in this movie as well. There are some epic moments in the fights, but just on average, the fights and the shots and the shot composition, the way that Sylvester Stallone frames the fights, and the way the editor, maybe Sylvester Stallone helped to edit as well, but the way that the editor edited the fights, it just made it really hard to tell, especially when it was at night, what was happening exactly, because the camera was so shaky and there were so many cuts at times that a lot of it just kind of looked like a blur, or like almost shadows fighting at night rather than actual people. So yeah, I wish the scenes were just lit up a little more. I think it would have solved so much if everything was just lit up a little bit more. The editing wouldn't have felt as bad, because at least you could see everything and everyone wouldn't just kind of look like these black blurs kind of blending into the backgrounds, which were also grays and blacks and stuff like that. I think a little bit of lighting would have helped this movie a lot. I also think the characters in this movie were nothing to write home about. I think I read somewhere that someone turned down a role in this movie or in another one of the Expendable movies because their character had no substance to it. I think it was the guy who then turned into Dolph Lundgren, like Dolph Lundgren then took his role. But I mean, the guy was right. There is no substance to any of these characters. They are all surface level men. I don't even know how to describe it. They tried to give Jason Statham something. They tried to give him this love relationship, this romantic connection. Even Sylvester Stallone had this like connection to the woman in this movie, but you know, nothing came around. There was no romantic stuff to it. He just wanted to save her, and I guess it kind of works into what the tattoo guy told him with the woman on the bridge, which I think was the best aspect of the character development in this movie, when he was telling that story about the woman on the bridge and how he didn't save her, and now he feels like he has lost his soul completely. That was his last chance to get it back, and this woman that Sylvester Stallone has to save is kind of that woman on the bridge for him, where if he doesn't save her, he's going to lose his soul as well. And I think that was the best part of the characterization. But again, it is still super weak. We don't know anything about anyone in this movie, which I guess is fair, because even the characters don't know anything about anyone. They need to keep it a secret. So I understand why the movie's doing it. I didn't connect to anyone. Even Jason Statham, who had that relationship problem and stuff like that, and then he beat up that boyfriend who beat up his girlfriend, or the woman he loves, or whatever you want to call it. It was so brief and so unimportant to this story that I didn't care about that at all. I mean, obviously I cared that he beat up the guy who beat up that woman, because abuse is like, you deserve to get beat up if you abuse someone, but still, it's just doesn't work with this story, you know? It just didn't fit with anything. You could cut it out and nothing would change. So yeah, all the characters, while they were likable and they were fun to watch, they aren't memorable, and I'm not going to remember them tomorrow. I don't remember any of their names now. Obviously I remember the actors and stuff, but I don't know any of their names. If I do end up watching the second movie, I'm going to have to do a refresher of the first for the characters, because I'm going to forget about them. Like, they're just kind of there and they're fun while you're watching the movie, but I feel like they're very forgettable once the movie is over. And yeah, that is my reaction to The Expendables, the 2010 action film. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. Let me know if you want me to watch The Expendables 2 and eventually The Expendables 3. I won't be watching them the immediate week after, but if I do want to watch The Expendables 2, it'll probably come out 2 weeks after this video on the same day. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.